There we go. Got a little stogie. Got a little pepper. Oh, burping up my burger. Oh, I tell you. I'm gonna turn. Actually, we're gonna turn that around in a second. We're already driving. So, how you doing, my brother? Hey, Pooch. How we doing tonight, Pooch? Everything good? It's 6:30, so I guess it's technically tonight, right? It's tonight. It's not after. I think afternoon ends around 4:30, doesn't it? Or is it 5? Because you can still get happy hour until 5 o'clock. So who knows? Who knows? Andy, how the hell are you, man? Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. We're gonna turn this camera around in a sec. Um, I was absolutely glued to my phone. I wanted to go live, and I was getting my truck loaded and everything ready to leave because I'm going up to work tonight. And there's Shannon Thomas trucking, putting her truck together with her new mattress. And I'm sitting here like this, like literally like this with my phone, glued to the damn phone, trying to, because I need that, right? So I know where she got it. I know how much she spent on it. I know blah, 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 blah. But I wanted to see the configuration, how it fit in her truck. If if Shannon comes in here, tell her I'm jealous. Tell her I'm jealous. I so badly want. You know what the fuck I'm saying. You know what I mean. Tyke, how the hell we doing, brother? Houdini, how the hell are you? Let me turn this around before one of us gets in trouble, and it ain't going to be you guys. There we go. You guys good, or are you bouncing? I've got that. I think I've got that mount pretty much figured out now. So Kitty Craze, Dar's in, of course. Just gave her a kiss goodbye. She has to put an appearance in here when I go live after I leave the house. She stays in here long enough for the next guy, her next boyfriend, to come over. As soon as he comes over, she kills. She jumps out of the live, and then it's like, "Hi, honey." Robert's going to bed in 30 minutes. Well, guess what, Robert? I'm going to bed in about an hour and 30 minutes. So I am way late. I am way late. I want it to be up to the yard by now. Like I want it to be parking by now, not leaving my house and driving an hour and 20 minutes right now. Believe me. But you know what? You get comfy at home. What's going on with it? 10.2 last fuel up DD15. You are welcome, Bill. You are welcome. You know what? With it, run that thing 90 days and then phone me, man. And we'll go over. I'm not saying I need to do your numbers for you. You know how to do them as good as I do, if not better than I do. But I'd be curious to see what that truck's doing because it's the same year, same make, same model as mine. Same motor, same everything. So I'd really, really, really be curious. I think you've got less clicks on or less miles on yours. So that I'd be very curious. Like do like a 90-day run on it, and let's compare and see what that truck's doing. 10 point anything is awesome with it. 9 point anything is fucking awesome. This thing here, because I do the ingots, excuse me, because I do the ingots, and I'm loaded, I'm grossing out over 100,000. This thing last week, well, I cut it a day short, but even after I shut it down on Thursday, this thing still ran 7 miles a gallon, pulling over overweight. So I'm really happy with that. I think Bill, I think you're gonna be thrilled with yours. T-Bone's actually got the same truck. Well, T-Bone, I got it back today. It went in this morning. I got it back today, but it was an EGR issue. Our shop took a swing at it and fixed it. And then it wasn't quite fixed because the next morning I started driving with it, and the engine fan came on, check engine light came on, blah blah blah, 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 blah. But then when I took it into the shop down by my place today, the guy plugged in the computer, pulled the parameters, did all the shit, checked the flow, and then he started on like he said, "Okay, so show me what they did." I showed him what he did. He climbed up on top of the motor and he went to grab his wrench to pull to take the bolts out of the sensor, the differential pressure sensor, EGR differential pressure sensor, and the fucking right hand bolt came out by hand. I said, "Did that back itself out?" He went, "Nope, that's impossible." And he said, "If you look here," he said, "look at this. There's soot all the way around. The soot had come through the seals or around the blah, 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 blah." So anyway, he took it all apart. He cleaned it all up. He put it back together as per Freightliner specifications. I'm driving it. And let's just say, like, for now, I'm happy. But the problem, Humberto made a comment to me earlier when we were talking about it. The thing about EGR, it's one of those things that it doesn't really rear its head until you've got a trailer on and you're pulling some weight. If you're just bobtailing, this thing, there's nothing going through the system, right? There's very little of any emissions going through the system. It doesn't start pushing, shit through the system until you're loaded heavy. So the true test of this is will be tomorrow. Will be tomorrow. So hopefully tomorrow we're doing good. We'll find out. And when I say tomorrow, I mean about 1:30 in the morning. So I did mean to ask you though, with it. Do you off the top of your head, what are the rear ends you've got in that? Like I got 308s in this. What have you got? I know you got the 12-speed auto. I'm just curious what your differential, what your gear ratio is. Humberto's still stuck at the shipper. I was talking to him this afternoon. He's in Ohio. He was getting loaded. Actually, while I was on the phone with him, he had to stop because they were starting to load him. I guess he's still there. Like we're talking earlier this afternoon, and probably about 1 o'clock. You got T-Bone's got 308s. Whittit's got 228s. Do you have the 12-speed auto with overdrive? Because those are some long legs, Bill. Those are some long legs. Now here, I'll give you an example right now. Okay. This is 75 mile an hour right now. Okay, so we're doing 75 mile an hour right now. My RPMs right now are just a shaving hair over 1400. If you've got 228s at 75 mile an hour, your RPMs are probably going to be about 13. Wow. Yeah, if you had an overdrive on it, Bill, you'd know. It would know when you turn your truck on and it says DT12 in there. I think when you've got the overdrive, I think it says DT12 OD. So if yours doesn't say OD, you don't have it. It's good for you though, because if I recall, with it you pull light, right? Like you're not usually maxing out 45,000 pounds. You might once in a while, but if I recall from some of our conversations, most of what you're pulling is light anyway. So 228s won't hurt you if you're pulling light. These 308s with the 12-speed auto for what I do, love it. Absolutely love it. Couldn't be happier. Yeah, okay. So you just got this straight auto, the straight 12. You don't have the overdrive. That's okay. That's okay. And it just means that if you put the same load on you and me, both of them, and we both go up the hill at the same time, your truck will probably be dropping gears, a couple of seconds before mine will. My gears will hold out a little longer and a harder pull just because I got shorter legs than you. Now we get out on the straightaways, right? Out on the straightaways, you can just walk away from me because you can do 90 mile. That's a 90-mile-an-hour truck, man. You could probably bang out double digit or triple digits with that truck, and you're not going to hurt the motor on that with 228s. Yeah, T-Bone, you got the same. We all three of us do. It just says DT12. Mine says DT12, and right underneath it says Brian, you're special with a happy face. I don't know what it was. You guys didn't get that? Yours didn't say T-Bone, you're special? Wittits doesn't say, come on, Wittit, you're special? Now, again, that all depends on how you define special, right? This could be a good thing or a bad thing. Not 100% sure on that yet. Wheel burner sure is special. So I don't know why. I don't know why I'm going so fast. I don't need to go this fast. So let's take this back down to 64, 65 mile an hour, and let everybody just do their thing on the highway because we're out here for fuel mileage. We are out here for fuel mileage. Man, I apologize. I just noticed right now how dirty my window is. Guys, I should have cleaned. Why didn't somebody tell me? Why didn't somebody tell me the window was so damn dirty? Man, sorry guys. Your eyes ain't fuzzy. My window's dirty. You have your special moments for sure. Yeah, well, I think we all do with it. 2 4s in the house. 2 4s in the door. What's going on, youngster? How the hell are you? There's our contingency from the East Coast. The East Coast bandits. There's a chief cook and bottle washer from the East Coast. 2 4. He walks in just to make sure everybody's talking like, hey, everybody, come on over there, everybody. Come on in the bar, buddy. We got a bar. You know, am I even close there, 2 4? I know it sounds weird to everybody else, but am I even close? Does it even resemble? I'm just going by what my grandfathers used to talk, right? They're both from Nova Scotia, but one of them had the twang, like the Newfie twang, and one of them didn't. I don't know how that worked out, but one of them had it and one of them didn't. No, it says you're special, but just not overdrive special. Well, yeah. I just saw the title of this time. That's what she said. You know what? Be honest with you, Buck. I honestly thought I was about writing that on the end of that. Just a short one. Dot dot dot. That's what she said. And then I'm like, no, no, no. We got to keep this thing PG, right? Got to keep it PG. I can't have T-Bone walking around in here and have him hear me saying dirty words and bad sexual innuendos in my title. And oh man, I'm telling you. Well, with it, you know what? It's going to be a short one because usually when I do these on the way up to the yard, it's usually an hour and 20 up to the yard. And then I'll do a couple of hours when I get up to the yard. But I'm running late, and I got to go to bed. Like I work like my schedule now is I work I start work about 1:30 in the morning and I work till 1:30 in the afternoon. So like 7:30 by 7:30 at night every night during the week I'm in bed sleeping. So I got to get up there and try to get into bed. So I just thought hey, what the hell? Let's throw up this. Let's go because I haven't done it yet this week. I didn't go to work today, obviously, or so I would have done this Sunday night, but here it is Monday night. I swear to God, guys, it's going to be a short one. I don't care what I don't care what any of you say. It's going to be a short one. He's holding his words back. Yeah, well, I gotta keep it clean. It's gotta be respectful. Gotta be respectful. I just looked down at my gauge, right? I'm getting 13.1 miles per gallon. I'm thinking, geez, oh yeah, I'm bobtailing, dummy. I'm bobtailing and I got the wind behind me. I was like, holy crap, these ingots are doing well. Oh, I can take, I'll take a cut on the rate. I'm getting such a good fuel mileage on these. You ran your overhead, did a full PM axle. Yeah, I saw what you put that up on Shannon's live this afternoon. Was it Shannon or was it Snorlord? I think it was Shannon. Yeah, new Centromatics, wide singles. He went with Yokohama. Yokohama. I run Yokohama steers. That's what I've got on. I don't run super singles. I still run duals. I haven't found a good enough reason to switch yet. So I'm good. Now just trans and power steering and a few little things. That's good. With it, that's good. You know what? Take care of all of that. You know, like I'm assuming you're just doing like this is all PM. Like nobody said, oh, it needs this, this, this. You're just saying, fuck it. You're not taking the. I love lemon meringue pie. I love key lime pie as well. Oh, love it. With bonus depreciation, fuel savings, and lower maintenance costs, I should net more than $600 a week. Bill, I did. Mine came in at over 600 a week when I went from that W9 into this, right? It was, put it this way, Bill, it was enough for me. The savings was enough for me to make because I didn't have a payment on the W9, just like you didn't on yours, right? So it was enough for me to make the payment on this and still put $1,800 a month in my pocket, right? So I made the payment on this and still came out with another $1,800 in the black. So I think you're going to be very, very happy, very, very happy. I think you will. I think you will. Bang for buck with it. Bang for buck. Um, this is, without an exception, the best truck I've owned. Without an exception, this is the best truck I've ever owned. It's not the fanciest. It doesn't have all of the features that some of my other trucks had, but for just a pure moneymaker, pound for pound, dollar for dollar truck, this is it. And that's what we're going for at this stage of my career, right? That's what we're going for. We're not going for, I don't need a great big studio. Don't get me wrong. If I won the lottery tomorrow, you don't want to see the size of the sleeper I'd have on this thing. We'd be setting world records. I'd be calling ARI going, how big can you make it? They'd tell me and I'd go, can you make it bigger? I don't even know how big that is, but can you make it bigger? I'm in Eastern PA, Canada. Yeah. If you didn't know better, eh? Houdini, if you didn't know better, you'd think you were home right now, right? Just look around you. This is PA. This is Pennsylvania. This is the first truck I've ever owned that Dar doesn't complain about, right? Because the rest of them would be, 5,000 for this, 3,000 for that, 8,000 for this, blah 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 blah. This one here, no. I got a shop bill for day for 500. She shrugged her shoulders. She goes, not bad. Or 533. She, nothing. Not bad. Okay. You know, those those are the ones you like. You've heard me say it, guys, lots of times. Anytime you can come out of a shop and your bill is under $1,000, that's a damn good day, man. That is a damn good day if you can get under $1,000 shop bill coming out of the shop. Oh, excuse me. Pardon. So yeah, we had a $533 shop bill, and I am thrilled. As long as it's taking care of the problem. As long as my problem is solved. You'll spend about 8 grand getting everything the way you want it. Yeah, but I expect annual maintenance to be under 10 to 15. My all 3 years in a row, Bill, 8,000, 8 grand, all 3 years, and that's Canadian, so that's even less for you. So that's what, like 6,500 bucks just on maintenance. We're talking, you know, light bulbs, tires, Bill, you know what I'm talking about, right? Just regular maintenance. This thing ran me has run me now 3 years in a row, has run me 8 grand. One was like 8,100, one was 8 grand, whatever. But let's say 8,000 bucks, dude. If you take all 3 years and add them up, and you got 24,000, that's the last year just the last year alone I had the Volvo. Just the last year alone with the Volvo cost me more than 24,000. Oh, here comes Curtis. I noticed the air in the room was starting to get a little thin. Dirty Curdy's in. Hooligan's here. How you doing, brother? Sorry, Hooligan, if you've been here the whole time or something, I just haven't seen you. This is the first time your name's popped up. So, no offense, sir, but thank you for coming in, saying hi. We're not doing a big long. We're not doing a big long live tonight. I'm just doing a little something like, a something till I get up to the yard, and then I'm going to bed. So, 20, yeah, Bill, yeah, 25 a year, eh? That's crazy, man. That is crazy. I don't miss that. I don't miss that. Old man Brian, how's today's trip? I ain't going anywhere, Curtis. All I'm doing is just driving up to the yard. Just going up to the yard to get parked, get hooked onto my trailer, and then we're gonna hop in bed and go have a sleep, and get up at 1:30 and go to work, or get up at 1 o'clock and go to work for 1:30. Bonjour. Oh, look at Curtis. Curtis must fucking want something. He's being suave. Suave. Wiener, wiener, chicken dinner. Hey, mister. Mister. You want to buy my sister? Oh, mister. You want to buy my sister? Oh, I got to light my cigar, guys. Play amongst yourselves. Dar, keep your hands off of everybody, please. Just okay. Like, for the love of Christ, like, am I standing still? I'm in Canada, in Ontario, where the trucks are supposed to be governed. I'm doing 65, and these guys just went. Both of these guys just went by me, and here comes a third. It's like, good Lord, boys, what's going on? Is that no, that can't be. Is that the pneumatic Brit? Oh Lordy, look at that. That's the pneumatic Brit. It is so. How the hell are you doing tonight, sir? Everything well there, boy? Good to see you. Hopefully, you're behaving yourself. Oh, ugh. This is gonna be a rough day. Tomorrow's gonna be an ugly, ugly day. Tomorrow, I'm actually gonna try and stream. I'm gonna do the second trip like I did. I did one last week. I'm gonna try to do the whole trip. So we're gonna go from the rail yard. Now I can't show you from inside the rail yard, obviously, but we're going to go from the rail yard, cross the border, so you guys will see that. Then we're going to go down to the plant. Unfortunately, you can't see the inside of the plant, but you're not losing, really missing anything. And then we're going to come back up and back into Canada. So that's going to take us about 5.5 hours on the rounder. 5.5 hours tomorrow. So we're going to do that. Say we'll probably be doing that about starting that about 10 o'clock. No, it'll be more less than that. It'll probably be about 9 o'clock when we start that out. I don't do those long driving videos for you guys. I do it for me. It's if I figure if I can drive and shoot a video for 5 or 6 hours while I'm driving, and my mouth can move and I can talk for 5.5 hours straight. Oh, I'm getting my exercise. Okay, this guy's irritating the shit out of me. 65, 60, 65, 60, 63, 60, whatever. Bye bye. Have a nice day. Thanks for coming out. Bye, Slades. There we go. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow. We're going to have a little something on the agenda tomorrow. So for all of you that are subscribed to the channel, make sure when you subscribe that you turn your notifications to all. Right? Turn your notifications to all. That way, when we go live, we're doing three, sometimes 4 lives a week. So when we go live, you guys get to ride along and check it out, see what we're doing, see what kind of BS I'm spouting and how far we're spouting it. More importantly, you guys get to come in and hang out in the chat. There's 73 of yous in here right now. Like that's one hell of a conversation. Okay, there you go. Evening, Karen. How the hell are you? Thank you, baby, for coming. Is it from laughing at my bad jokes, Karen? Karen, do me a favor and please don't get Whitted started. Right? Don't get him started with the jokes. I'll turn the live off and Whitted will still be sitting in his seat fucking typing bad jokes into the chat. Oh, Brett, I hear you. I hear you, brother. My truck went into the shop on Thursday, on Wednesday, then it went in again today, and I know exactly what you're talking about. Every time you try to get something going, something trips you up. Dude, I hear you. I hear you. All you can do, man, is just keep pushing forward. Keep going. Eamon, how are you? Good to see you. Hey, man, thanks for coming back, Eamon. Now, it's been a couple of times. Coinver, hey, guys, I'm back. He says that like he's surprised, right? Like we're surprised he came back. It's like, awesome, he came back. No, I'm glad we didn't scare you away, bro. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for coming back. Thank you for entrusting us with your senses and sensibilities and your very finely tuned eardrums. In other words, thanks for fucking coming back. I appreciate it. There you go. Whitted's got the right idea, guys. Do me a favor, hit that like. 101 is in here. Hit the like button. 19 likes. Let's go. Step it up. Chop, chop. Diddy Mao. Boing, boing. Let's go. Like. I commend all of your likes and I commend all your chats and I hit your like buttons. Some of you I'll stroke your like button, but most of the time I hit the like button. Let's go. Big old scales closed. I love to see that. Nothing puts joy in my heart than seeing lights not turning on in an empty scale house. Nothing whatsoever. Whew. Look at that sky. Look at that sky. Isn't that beautiful? Now we are facing like straight like due east right now. So obviously the sun is setting behind us. But even still, like look at that sky. I don't know if it's reflecting well in the camera, but like look at the colors. That is that is a definite bonus and a perk to doing the job that I do. Like I love this. I wake up in the morning and I see a sunset, and usually I'm still working when the sun's going down. And so I get to see it come up and go down, and man, it's beautiful. With it, I'm in Canada. I just left my house when I started this live. I just left my house just a few minutes earlier. So I've left my house where I live. I'm going up to Brockville, Ontario, which I guess the nearest city that you'd recognize would be probably close to Ottawa, like our capital city, or our capital. It's not far from Montreal either. Um, but so that's where our yard is. I got to go up there, hook my trailer, get my trailer hooked up, get that all straightened out, and then go to bed. Due east, keep coming. Well, um, from where I am right now, I'm like, can I make it in one shot on Canadian Logbook? I can make it. I can make it. I can almost make it to Moncton in one shot from my house, like from where I live. With the Canadian Logbook rules, I can almost make it to Moncton. Fredericton for sure. Almost make it to Moncton. So now, mind you, 2-4, that's not pulling a heavy load. Like I gotta have something light on the back of it to get up and down these hills. Mr. Walker, it's doing what it's supposed to do. That's all we're gonna say, okay? That's all we're gonna say. It's doing what it's supposed to do. Maybe Lyme disease. Jesus. I don't wish Lyme disease on anybody. Well, that's not true. There's a few people I could probably wish it upon, but it'd come back to bite me in the ass eventually. Eventually. Yeah, 168 and only 21 likes. How is that even possible? How is that even possible? Don't make me have to call Shannon Thomas and get her out there kicking some ass. Like, seriously, man. You had to change your shocks. Had to grind out one bolt. Yeah. Usually, I've always found you only one. Brett, usually, if and when we're doing shocks, it's usually more than one. I've never had just had to grind one off. Believe me, usually it's 2 to 3. Aye, aye. I am probably due for new shocks on this. Um, but I'm not, as long as it's still riding and performing, I'm not going to go out of my way and do it. But then on the other hand, what are you going to do, dummy? You're going to go, oh, fuck, I'll just wait till one blows. Something goes wrong, I guess. What's going on? There's the guard dog. How we doing, buddy? How the hell you doing tonight? Did you get out of that cave? Hopefully they let you out. You went back. You went back in, got your trailer, and they let you leave, or did they still holding you there? They ship you over to Area 51, and they're doing what science experiments on you. Yes, Curtis. Yes, I am. Yes. There she is. There she is. I warned you. I warned you guys. There she is. She's all sweet as a muffin, but don't rally her. Don't rile her up and don't rally her. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, you'll be having a bad day all over again. Your alignment guy recommended new shocks with steers, only he doesn't care about the drives at all. I wouldn't do the drive shocks unless you blow an airbag or something, Mark. Um, you know. Now, if you put new steers on it and you did new shocks, hopefully you did get it aligned. I know you said you're alignment guy, but I don't know if that means did you get it done? Did you get the alignment done on it? Hopefully, hopefully. I'm one of those that I'm a firm believer. I really am. That every time you put tires on a truck, you align it. Every time. It doesn't matter. I just put these steers on, okay? And if for anything ever happened, whatever like that, and for some reason I just put them on 3 weeks ago, and if I had to go right now and put another set of steers on, I would realign. I'd get them. It would be back on the alignment rack. Even if it came out pinpoint perfect, and there was nothing wrong with it. It would just be in the back of my head, right? In the back of my head, I know that it is perfect and it is right. I don't. That's one more thing that I don't have to think about, right? I don't have to think about. I can go to bed tonight and I don't have to worry about that. I got enough shit to worry about. As owner operators, here you ask Widit, ask Nomadic, um, ask a bunch of people. As owner operators, we got enough to worry about. The little teeny bullshit things like getting your alignment done. You know what? Spend the $300, get a 3-axle alignment done, and forget about it. Go to bed. You know, Michigan roads still suck. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. I'll be honest with you, Britt. Last year, the year before, I was doing a lot of Iowa. Like I was like 2 trips a week to Iowa and Wisconsin is what I was doing. So I was running Michigan right from Port Huron, right, Canadian border and Port Huron, Michigan, all the way, obviously to Indiana, right? And it was almost to the day. Every 90 days, I needed an alignment, right? Because I was heavy going out and I was usually heavy coming back. So every 90 days, almost to the day, you could probably get away with a week here or there either way, but every 90 days, man, we were doing a 3-axle alignment on this truck, just from the goddamn roads over there. I think personally we blame. Now see here, now I'm going to throw her under the bus, right? For that we got to blame. We got to blame Shannon Thomas and Jeff Like. I think we got to blame. I think T-Bone's a Michigan boy. We got to blame these guys for not paying enough in taxes. They need to pay more taxes and get those roads fixed. I'm telling you, 69, the highway, I-69, Interstate 69. I think that's probably in the top 3 for me of worst roads to drive on. It really is. It's not delightful at all. You're heading out to Alabama. Atta boy. Go see Hooligan. Go see Hooligan. Should hook up with Hooligan. He'll throw you on the back of that fucking bike of his. He'll make your hair stand up. He'll By the time you got off that bike, your British accent will be gone. I guarantee you. uh, I would too. I would too. You give me 2 or 3 other people in the area and a well-tuned radio, Curtis. I'll sit on the mic all night long, jabbering away all night long on the CB. Jeremy and I used to run. We ran 17 weeks in a row, right? 17 weeks in a row, leaving from Iroquois, Ontario. down to San Antonio, Texas. And we both left the same time, same day, same everything. We grabbed our own channel and we would talk on that CB all the way down, all the way back. The only time we stopped jabbering is when we were sleeping or when one of our wives called to talk to us on the phone. Otherwise, yep, 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 yep. I don't know. I don't know. If I got a big mouth, yeah. Do I gab and jabber a lot? Yeah. What the hell? Does do I care? No. When he's home, he's quieter. Thank goodness. I don't know what it is, guys. I get in the truck. It's almost like one of those entertainers, right? They off camera and off mic, he's a totally different man. But as soon as you put a microphone in front of him and turn a camera on, it's like ta-da! Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not like that. You go ahead and you ask Curtis, ask Brett. I've met Brett personally. You ask any of Shannon, ask any of them. What you see and what you're listening to now, if you meet me in person, this is what you get. And I make no apologies for it. I make no apologies for it. I just play the TV too loud. I do. I do. I'm guilty of that. I think if you're going to watch an action movie, I think your neighbors on both sides and the two across the street, they should be able to listen to it too. So when you're watching Rambo and the helicopter comes screaming in, your neighbors across the street should think there's a helicopter landing in their backyard. Now that's just my humble opinion, right? Just my humble opinion, but eh, eh. Loss of hearing ties into graying of the beard. What's that, Johnny? Can't hear you. What? I don't know what you're talking. I don't know what you're talking about. My beard isn't gray. I think there's something wrong with your eyes there, guard dog. I think when you're inside that mountain, I think they put something in your coffee, knocked you out, and they took something because I don't know. This beard ain't gray. There's not a stitch of gray on it. I hate to tell you, man. This beard is white. It is as white as a sheet of paper. Baby, I am chrome. That's what this beard is. This beard is chrome. I am chromed. Dar. That wasn't nice. As white as his ass. Rambo, Brian, you know that's based on me. Rambo? Okay. There's the first good giggle of the evening, brought to you, brought to you, um, by the Nomadic Brit. Thank you very much, Nomadic Brit. When I listen to Skinner, so do my neighbors. Hey, boy. You know what? I was in the garage this afternoon. Had the old Southern Rock playlist out. So all of my neighbors had the honor of listening. Skinnerd, Marshall Tucker, Allman Brothers, 38 Special. Um, who else did it just went through the whole playlist. Hank Jr. It was all in there, baby. It was all in there. So me and the neighbors got to listen to it all. When Brian's outside, you can hear him from the corner store. Actually, Dar had one of the neighbors tell me that, or to tell me that. I guess I was doing a live in the garage, or I was doing something in the garage, or I was on the phone, or whatever. And the neighbor across the street was telling Dar, like, your husband's loud. Like, I can hear him in the garage with the doors closed from across the street. And my neighbor's not just across the street, like, they're across the street. So they didn't complain, Dar. That's not what they did. They didn't complain. Humberto is finally on his way. There you go, eh? Leaving Ohio, going for, I think he's going for Montreal. Going for Montreal. In Montreal. Sorry, boys and girls. Just taking a puff. Ah. That's the song I was thinking of, Hooligan. Were you guys playing Name That Tune? You guys playing Name That Tune? I'll play. I'll play. How about we play it like you gotta name it in so many notes or less. Hooligan, you go first. Andy's gonna name that. Andy's gonna name that tune in 3 notes. Bow, chicka, wow, wow. Yeah, that's okay, Humberto. You know what? It wouldn't make any difference anyway, because to be 100% honest with you, I forgot to throw all the shit in my truck anyway. Because I was running late. I totally fucking forgot. It doesn't matter. You don't need the stuff like you were saying. You don't need it for a couple of weeks anyway or whatever. Um, I'll make sure you get it. Right? I will make sure you get it. So don't worry about. Oh, Debbie does Dallas. Oh, what's that? Andy? Wow, wow, wow. Dar. Debbie does dishes. Actually, it's Dar does Dallas or Dar does dishes. She'd probably rather do Dallas than do dishes. Honest to God, she probably wouldn't complain as much doing Dallas as she did if she did dishes. Nomadic. Brian must go. I got a 3 a.m. start. Later, Brian in chat. Thanks, Mark. Thanks for coming in, man. I hear you. I got to start at 1:30, so I totally understand, my man. Thanks for hanging out, though. Anybody that doesn't know who the Nomadic Brit is, go through his channel, check him out. If he's a tanker yanker, works for Schneider, but he's an owner operator. He ran the lease purchase program, and he's actually one of like few that finished it, and is doing quite well for himself on those tanks. So, mm. Hey Dar, if Curtis is getting out of line, feel free to kick him right in the pills, eh? Feel free to kick him right in the pills, knock him out. Andy, why do you put up with him? Hey, Andy, what's not to put up with? What's not to put up with? Come on now. She loves me. She loves me. Grows on you like a fungus. Hey, you know what? How you get there is entirely up to you, just as long as you get there, Andy. You know, and I know. You're a man. Don't bullshit me. If you're married and you've been married a long time, there's no way you can lie to me and tell me that it's a 50-50 relationship and everything is down the middle. Horseshit. She takes care and does about 90%. We just waddle our way through life and do the yes dear, no dear, 3 bags full sear. Be here for dinner. Make sure our hands are clean, and occasionally we get some nookie. And Dar's lucky. She got one with a white beard. There you go. A cute fungus. I'm a cute fungus with a white beard. There. See, I don't mind that. I'm good with that. You want to call me a cute fungus with a white beard? I'm good. I'm good with that. Thank you very much. Waddle our way through life. So do you know what I look like? No, dude. I don't have a clue. Hopefully you're not some 4'11" fat person like a great big huge like a weeble. If you are, then I apologize. But hey, dude, there's no way I could have known that. Grows on me like a fart. There you go. There we go. Look at my avatar. I can't right now, Andy. I would if I could. That would have been the first thing I did. But I'll be parking in about 7 or 8 minutes. I'm getting off the next exit here. So once I get parked, I'll take a look at the avatar. Should I start laughing now though? A garden gnome. Okay. All right. So then I nailed it. I absolutely fucking nailed it, Andy. A garden gnome. So we waddle our way through life. Yes, dear. No, sir. 3 bags full, ma'am, babe, whatever. I just happen to be, a cute gray-haired fungus. I'm not shaving it off. I'm not shaving the beard off. If I'm shaving this baby off, it's coming off for charity, Andy. We're doing the June 22nd. June 22nd, we're doing the second annual charity drive, the beard. We're shaving our beards off. I think we got 8 of us in line to do it. So 8 of us are gonna all do it, and it's all the money's going to charity. And you just shaved yours off. Well, start growing. Start growing. You still got what? What are we in? April? April 1st. All of April, all of May, and 3/4 of June. You can get something on your face. Basically, we got 8 guys, and we're gonna go from shortest beard to longest beard, and everybody takes their turn getting shaved, getting clipped, and we're gonna donate it. We haven't decided on the charity yet. Actually, you guys haven't decided on the charity because you guys get to pick the charity. But we're not gonna put that out for at least another couple of weeks. It's not. It's still too far off to be do that. Hooligan, you look like a new man with yours shaved off. You really do. It took me about a minute of watching you after you shaved it, and when you did your first live after you shaved it, it took me about a minute to figure out what is wrong with this picture. Right? There's something off here. And then it dawned on me, wait a minute, he's got no beard. Or you still got a little facial hair, but you don't have the beard. Curtis, you couldn't grow a beard to save your life. Son, I've seen your face after you've needed a shave. Your face looks like a fucking Brillo pad. Looks like a 15-year-old girl's 15, 16-year-old girl's hairy legs. It's like just like 2 or 5 hairs sticking out. Yeah, convinced or told. I think Curdy got told, shave that muff off. Get that muff off your face. Took you 6 months to grow that. Took me what I've got here took me 8 months, 8 or 9 months to grow this because I did it. I did the charity drive last year, and then I kept it short for a couple of months. If I would have let it grow like right back out like normally, I'd have probably been a little closer, maybe down the chest, maybe another inch or so, because that would have given me another 2 months worth of growth. Um, so I wish I had. I would have had a bigger beard to shave off. But hey, we still got 2 more months anyway. So I'm expecting to have a nice bushy beard to shave off. Asian lady at the salon convinced you? Yeah. You weren't at the salon visiting that Asian lady, right? Salon. Yeah. You weren't getting a mani pedi. You were getting a handy. There's no mani, it was a handy. You and I both know. Don't lie. Hooligan, I've never had it that long. I've never had it that long. The longest I've had it is just down above my belly button. I've never had it down to my waist. I've had my hair. Like I've had my hair back in the day. When I first met Dar, my hair was down below my waist. Like all one length all the way around. If I shook my head, I looked like Cousin It, right? You couldn't see my eyes. I've had my hair down to my waist, but I've never had the beard down there. And likely I never will, because as long as I've got the channel, every year we're gonna do it. So the best I'm probably gonna get is what I got now. Nope, Andy, nope. It's two if you go. It's Highway 2 if you turn right. It's 29 if you turn left. 2 will take you right into downtown Brockville, and then it'll drop you onto 2, right? The actual 2, Highway 2. And then from here north is 29, and this will run you right up to, well, it'll run you right up to, 17, 417. It'll run you right up to that area up there. There we go. Wasn't paying attention. Yeah, well, neither was I. Don't worry about it. It happens. You know, who pays attention these days while they're driving truck? Nobody. Nobody. Probably three-quarters of the fucking trucks that either passed me or that I passed tonight in the last hour. And what are we at here? 84 minutes. So in the last hour and what, a half almost. Um, None of them were paying attention either. They were picking their toes through their flip flops that had them up on the dash, or they were looking at their phone, or let it grow, let it grow. Hell no. Hey, come on. Well, come on. Should have gone the other way. Great fish and chips at Manel's on the Perth Street, I think. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I'm here, like, I'm back at the yard every night, and I just sleep in the yard. Um, and for somebody that spends so much time in Brockville, I know nothing about this place. I know where the Walmart is, I know where the grocery store is, and I know where the Shoppers Drug Mart is, right? Andy, other than that, couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you anything about this place. I know how to get out of here. But other than that, bro, I couldn't tell you. I haven't the foggiest clue, the foggiest idea. Well, actually, I couldn't take a truck down there then, Andy. I do know that because I tried that, or I didn't. Sorry, I didn't try it. I had to go downtown. I had to go down to the ministry. What the hell was I going to the ministry for? I had to go to the ministry, and it was right downtown on Highway 2, blah blah, right in the downtown of Brockville, and there's no trucks allowed. And I was going to take my truck, and somebody at the yard who lives here said, like, "Don't do that. Take one of the pickups." Luckily for me, the company I work for, they supply pickup trucks. They got pickup trucks here, so if I have to run into town to grab groceries or do something, I can grab a pickup truck and just go into town and do it. They've been working on my truck before and let me take a pickup and go home. They don't usually let you go that far, but like I said at the beginning of this, I'm special. It's right off number 2, yeah. Near Canadian Tire and the courthouse. Well, if it's near the Canadian Tire, you got to be able to get a truck in there. I don't think they're resupplying that Canadian Tire with pickup trucks. Look at the nice look at the nice little old ladies out walking. It's 49 degrees here, guys. It's not bad. It's actually this is going to be a good sleep night tonight. Throw the old bunk heater on low and forget about it. Forget about it. No, not heading for the speedway. Although I don't even know where the speedway is. Be honest with you. Um, although the way some of the guys, because our yard is it's a large facility, and we rent out spots to Conway, Titanium, frickin' half a dozen other trucking companies all have spots and rent. And the way they come flying through our yard, you'd think it was it's the Indianapolis 500 the way they come through here. It's like, good lord. If I was thinking, I'd have got my truck washed today. Still haven't got it washed. I put out that short with the tire that blew. Okay, the short with the tire that blew, it's at 80 something thousand, right? 80,000 views on that. And I bet you about 60,000 of those comments. Wash your truck. Wash your truck. Your tire wouldn't have blown if you didn't have a dirty truck. I'm like, oh really? Whew. Good lordy, it's bumpy. It is bumpy. So let's just kick it in here. Wait for the automatic gate to open up because, like I said, I'm special. So I'm just gonna go in back under the trailer. I'm not even gonna hook up to it, and I'll just turn the camera around, and we can do a quick chit chat. When I say quick, I mean quick. We're not doing the regular, 3 4 hour thing. Not tonight. Looks like one of the boys walked away, left the lights on in the pit. Oh, maybe not. Maybe they're still in it. All right. Let's go see where. Let's go see if I still have a trailer. There we go. There we go. Let's get this thing hooked. Like I said, I'm not going to throw the lines and all that shit on it. I'm just gonna get underneath it and pin it, let it, and then we'll turn the camera around for a second here. There we go. Found it. Found it. Mm. Exactly, Andy. Lick the windows kind of special. Hey, my mama told me I was special. How special is that's entirely up to somebody else. I don't know. Wow. Let me just get her turned off. Get the e-log set up the way I want it. There we go. All right. Ugh. My apologies, my apologies. Hold on a second. Hold on. Here we go. Here we go. See? It's no gray. It's white. It is white. So let's just throw a little light on here. Let's throw a little light on the subject. There we go. If we go the phone that way. Andy, I've only been known to lick the window if there's some really good. Only the big ones. You get down south, you get the big June bugs. When those things splatter and they're juicy, then you lick the windows. Other than that, brother, we don't lick windows. At least I'm not telling you if I do. I'm not telling you if I do. I got to really do something because unfortunately, I can't read the comments about the glasses and the glare in the glasses. Like you guys obviously can't see my eyes. It's just, but it is a pain in the ass. It really is. It irritates me more than it irritates you. Trust me, it really does. It really does. Well, uh, oh, I think it's two for special, eh? Thereby, special air thereby. Yeah, there you go. A few people blamed it on the Freightliner, which means it makes no sense. It doesn't matter what you're driving, the tires are the tires. Yeah. So I had a whole bunch of people saying, well, if you had a Kenworth, you wouldn't have had that problem. If you were driving a Peterbilt, your tire. What difference does it make? You hit you wedge a rock in between your drive tires. It don't matter what you're driving. The tire is gonna blow. But yeah, people got to take that little, that little like that. They got to put that dig in there when you're driving a Freightliner. What is it? What is it? It's they are still the industry low bottom, right? The low bottom. If you drive a Freightliner, you must be poor or broke or stupid. Well, I'm not poor, I'm not broke, and as a lot of people around me can attest to, I'm not stupid. You know? Yeah, back in the day, they were shakers, right? They were shakers. They rattled, but then even like, come on, man, my W9, Jesus Christ, you go across I 69 and everything in that truck was rattling too. So it made no difference. This thing here, like all these cupboards and everything, like these things are solid. Like there's no rattling. This truck does not rattle a single bit. On one of these days, I am gonna kidnap James Best. I'm gonna kidnap. I'm not gonna give that fat fuck a choice. I'm gonna kidnap him, strap him into this passenger seat, and I'm gonna run him back and forth across Illinois, just so he can hear that this truck does not make a single squeak. Because he rides my ass, fucking shaking and banging and crashing and blah blah blah. Funny, I'm live, and you are also on my live. Keep talking. If you went live, Humberto, I didn't even know. It didn't pop up on my screen. Some tires are harder and some tires are softer. Each wear is different, and then there's yeah, you got it, dog. You got it. You know what it's all about. You know what, man? I've seen a tire blow from just the slightest nudge. You just nudge it. You take the sidewall or you're going around a corner. You don't really do it too hard, and just a little bit of on the sidewall, and boof, off it goes. I've seen the dumbest things in the world do it, and I've seen catastrophic things do it. There's this guy named Golden Aladdin. Every time this guy gets anywhere near a fucking tire, it just explodes. No reason, just explodes. He'll walk up to your truck. He'll go, "Hi, Bri." Boof! Fucking steer tire gone. Thanks, Rick. Son of a son of a bitch. What was wrong with the truck? Rick, I got EGR cooler issues. EGR cooler issues. Well, EGR issues. It wasn't the cooler itself. Hopefully, it took two trips to two different shops to get it solved. Hopefully, hopefully we got it solved. Hopefully it's taken care of. Hopefully we're good. Because I'll be honest, losing 4 days of pay, um, that bothers me more than the shop bill. The fact that I'm the 2 days of loss of pay, generating money, loss of revenue, however, whatever way you want to put it, loss of revenue. 2 days of loss of revenue hurt, like irritate me and piss me off more than a couple $1,000s worth of shop bills. It really does. Hopefully, though, it's doing like here's the thing, with owner operators, especially older owner operators, when they get their trucks fixed and they come back out, you don't ever ask a guy. You're like, don't ever ask me, hey, how's the truck running? I'll know that's a bad omen. It's bad luck. You do not ask an owner operator that's bringing his truck out of the shop, hey, how's the truck running? Andy did it earlier, and I answered the question. And there's only one answer. And if you ask me, I'll give you one answer. It's she's doing what she's supposed to do. That's the answer. Aladdin, Rick, you know that. You just don't. It's just bad. It's bad karma, right? It's just bad karma. So it's doing what it's supposed to do. So it went into the shop on Wednesday, came out, it messed up Thursday. I was able to work Thursday at least. I got the day in, both loads in. Tried to get it done Thursday night. Friday was a holiday, couldn't do it. Took it home, went into a shop this morning. They were very good. I mean, very good. The bill was their labor rate was a little higher than I would have thought for a shop as small, like a smaller shop. It wasn't a big shop. Um, but if they solved the problem and they took care of this, then I have no issue paying that bill. I paid the bill, right? It was $533, right? For 2 hours worth of diagnostic time, and he cleaned up the sensor and blah 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 blah. Now I got no problem paying that. I'm a firm believer of, you know what? I don't mind paying a little bit more for quality, right? You give me a quality shop, you give me a quality place, I'll pay you more. If that's what you demand and you can back it up, then you know what? I got no problem paying. If your shop rate is $155 an hour, I'll pay you $155 an hour if you get results. And I'm not coming back to you 2 days later to get it fixed again and then get it fixed again. So time will tell on this. It just got fixed this morning. Um, I really won't be able to test it out. Like I just bobtailed from down there up to the yard here. So the true test will be tomorrow when I'm hooked onto a trailer because Humberto was right and I agree with him. Um, the EGR system, when you got nothing pulling nothing and you're just bobtailing around with no weight, that is, there's no emissions, there's no nothing, there's baloney. So it's not gonna do anything. I'll know tomorrow from um when I get hooked on, once I'm grossed out 90 to 100, 105,000 pounds, and the motor's got to work, and the EGR system's got to, the after treatments all has to work, then we'll know. So, and you know what? If it works tomorrow, then we'll say, hey, the shop did a good job, and away we'll go. It's okay, Brian. I start doing trip lives. You was live before. Just promote my channel or else. Humberto, the trucking guy. He started doing these driving lives as well. Um, I don't know if any of you subscribe to him. He does the same thing I do. He goes everywhere. He's driving all over the place. He's making some changes. I'm not going to tell you what changes he's making, but he's making some changes, moving his truck from just bought a new truck. He will probably be taking delivery of the new truck very shortly, and once he does, then he's putting it on with a new company. And good deal, good deal. So when you see if you subscribe to him and you see the notification, go watch him because he does driving lives just the same as I do, and Ernie does, and what's the other guy? What's the other? The Ride Along Gang. Oh, damn it! I don't know. Can't remember. But either way, there's a bunch of us now that are doing it. Chrissy, oh hey, hit the fucking like. Hey, Chrissy, you tell him, baby. You tell him. Atta boy, atta girl. Now, boys, you hear that? This is the second woman that's come in here and put her goddamn foot down. Straighten your shit out. Get your shit straight, would you? Don't make Chrissy swear again. If she starts cursing again, you know you're fucking done for it. Crom, how are you? Howdy. Look who snuck in. Thanks for sneaking in, man. I appreciate that. Um, I'm probably just going to be winding this down shortly. It's going to be a really short one. I left the house late today, so usually I like to leave the house about 4:30, drive up here, and then I would then do the drive up to here. That's an hour and a half, and then we can sit around and shoot the shit and talk for a few hours and whatever like that. But I didn't get out of there. I didn't leave the house till I don't know after 6, right? So here it is now. What time is it now? It's 20 to 8. Like I'm supposed to be in bed. I got to get up at 1 o'clock or 1:30. So we'll hang for a couple of seconds. We still got a little length on her. That's what she said. I knew that. I'm going to say it before anybody else does. Still got a little bit of length on her. We got girth on this baby. This is a tree stump. Thanks, Crumb. Appreciate that, man. Hashtag 691. What the hell are you hashtagging 691? Just subbed Humberto. Ah, man, I'm sure he'll appreciate that. There you go. All right. Yeah, Crumb. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thanks a lot. Yeah. We are gonna I'm gonna I'm gonna go live tomorrow, Chrissy. I'm gonna go live tomorrow, and Crum, I'm gonna go live tomorrow. Now, Ernie seems to have his time from 4:30 until whenever. And as much as I hate to do it, I have to do it while he's still live because his lives go longer than mine. So I'm probably going to be going live sometime around 8:30, 9 o'clock tomorrow. We're gonna pick up the load, run across the border, show you guys running across the border so you guys can see that, run down to the plant, come back. So it's you, those lives there are about 5.5 hours. Ernie does 8, sometimes 9, sometimes 10 hours. I don't drive that far. If I had 10 hours to drive, I'd do one for 10 hours, but I just don't have 10 hours to drive. Humberto's throwing his channel up. There you go. He's throwing his channel up again. There you go. He's throwing it up, I think, a third time. There you go. You got 2 devices, Chrissy. Well, there you go. That's smart thinking. Smart thinking. I got 2 devices too, but unfortunately, I need one for my e-log while I'm driving. Otherwise, I'd be doing my live, watching Ernie and talking at the same time. Now, you guys better be dropping $100 super chats for somebody that talented. I'm telling you right now, if you can do your own live, a 5-hour live, and talk while watching Semi Ernie on another device, damn, you're good. I don't think I'm that talented. Yeah, Humberto has 2 devices too. That's why he's doing it. He's live on his device and he's watching me on his other one. That's dedication. That's what Humberto's doing right now. He's watching me while he's live. That's funny as hell. Don't get caught, buddy. Mm. I'm not that dedicated. I'm not that dedicated. My brain is good. If I had to, like, I drove. What was the long one I did? I think I did about a 10-hour one. I was coming back from Iowa. I came back from Iowa, and we ran across Indiana. Actually, we ran across Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, crossed the border into Ontario, and then I think we made it all the way to London, Ontario. Um, that was good. That was good. That was the one we actually got Jeff Like out on the bridge. I think it was like -10, and Jeff Like was out on the bridge in his pajamas doing the arm giving arm pumps. T-Bone, I saw that. Don't even think that just because I'm looking around and not paying attention, you ain't sneaking that in there. You ain't sneaking that in there. For those of you that don't know, for the last year, T-Bone's been trying to sneak chickens into my T-Bone and his lovely lady have chickens at their place, and they've been trying to unload some chicks and chickens on Dar because she wants chickens and she wants a coop. Now, I've never said no to Dar about animals if she wants cats or dogs or anything like that, but I laid the law down. Yeah, okay. I laid the law down. Nobody's going to believe that I laid the law down. Nobody's going to believe that. But I did. I laid the law down. There are no chickens. But somehow or another, T-Bone's going to keep trying. He's going to keep on trying to get the chickens. One of these days, I'm going to come home and there will be chickens. And then shortly thereafter, I'm going to make a video. I'm going to have 10 of my trucking friends over and we're all going to be sitting around eating a great big chicken dinner. Delicious. We'll be doing beer butt chickens. I don't know if you guys do that down in the States, but we do it here in Canada. It's called beer butt chicken. You use a lager, you use tall boy cans of beer. Oh my God, man. If you've never had beer butt chicken, and then I've got my own special blended rub that I make and goes on the chicken. Let me tell you, my mouth is watering. Honestly, my mouth is watering with my beer butt chicken. So T-Bone, no up front. If by chance in a million years, my sneaky little friend, if by chance in a million years you manage to get those chickens up to Dar, I'll eat them. No ands or ifs or buts about it, and I'll even send you the video of me eating them. I will. Fate Trucking. Good evening. How the hell are you, man? Really enjoyed your last. I think it was your last live. I was in on there. I had to step out. I really didn't want to step out, unfortunately, because you were talking a good talk. Some of which, Scott, I very, very much agreed with. A little bit of it I didn't, and yeah, that's okay. Um, but I really like where you go when you drop these, and you even I don't know why you do this. You say I'm going to say something now that won't be popular. Stop saying that. Who gives a crap, man? Whether anybody thinks it's popular or not. You're fate trucking for crying out loud. You say whatever you want on your channel. Doesn't have to be popular, and you don't have to explain yourself. I don't. But I like the way you're thinking, and I do value Scott. I do value your opinion. I like what you do. I really do. I know a lady trying to give away some geese. If oh God, Josh, are you out of your mind? Give your head a shake. Chickens like to be rubbed. Well, yeah, they also like to be stroked, but we're not going down that road. That's for a different. That's for a fans only page. I'll yeah, T-Bone, if you want, I'll be happy to put your fans only page in the link if you want to throw that up. You and your chickens. And Josh, no, we're not doing geese. Geese, all they do is make a mess. They shit everywhere and they're loud and they're aggressive. And the Canadian geese are absolutely freaking ruthless. They absolutely ruthless. I'm gonna send T-Bone night vision goggles for a sneak attack. Geese are mean. You're right, hooligan. They are. Millie, how the hell are you, man? Good to see you. How's things, brother? Sorry, I thought somebody just was waving at me, but no, nobody's waving at me. Um, Millie, all's good, brother. Working hard. Still learning though, right? Millie, you're still learning. The day's never gonna come, Millie, where you're gonna I'm gonna say to you, young man, I'm gonna say to you, so you know it all yet? You're gonna go, yep, you're still learning, Millie. Never forget, buddy. Always learning. I'm still learning. I'm still learning. So proud of you though. Love what you're doing as well, man. Love what you're doing as well. Right out the gate. Right out the gate. Probably you're probably one of those guys that's one in a million because you never hear of a guy that goes and gets his license and then right after he gets his license he applies to 6,000 trucking jobs and the one company that takes him is a heavy haul. He went right from trucking school right into heavy haul. No, work your way in, slide in after a few weeks of that. That's ballsy. Like you gotta have some nerve about you and some self confidence to be able to do that. And Millie's got that. And Dar and I have been following this kid for a long time since he started. And there's another one that both Dar and I are very proud of. Good on him. Good on him. Love the fact that he's a good family man. He's got his kids. He's got his beautiful wife. Good on you. I got to stop complimenting you fuckers, man. All of a sudden, you guys are going to start. Your heads are going to start swelling, and everybody's going to get happy. And uh, they will all be egg-laying chickens. You won't be eating them. Oh, I'll be eating them. I'll be eating the eggs too. Let's not get carried away, right? Yeah, Millie, we've been with you, I think, since your journey started. I don't even think when you and I first met, like on the channel, when we first connected, I don't think you were even driving yet, right? I don't even think you were driving yet. I think you just finished your thing and you were trying to get you were coming to Dar and I for advice on trying to get on with the company. And I think you went what 4, 5, 6 weeks? Nope, slam, nope, slam, nope, slam, and then bam, you nailed it. You got the place where you're at now. I won't say it, of course, but yeah, yeah. Proud of you, boy. Keep it up. We're proud of you. I'd be a lot prouder if I get my lighter to work. And Millie smokes cigars. I've actually seen him smoke a cigar. I don't think he smokes cigars. I think he was just in honor of me. He was smoking a cigar that night. Look at my ego, eh? Holy crap. Mm. Millie, when I'm ready to get out of doing what I'm doing right now, I'm going to come knocking on your door for a job. Because doing what you do would be what I would want to do like when I'm ready to back it down, like when I'm ready to get off the highway and be home every night, doing what you do because I've done that for years. I know I can already do that. I know I can do that, but watching you do it, it's like, damn, wish I could do that. Driving somebody else's truck, somebody else's equipment, getting paid by the hour, you know. If something happens to your truck and the check engine light comes on or something breaks, you pick up your phone, you dial 1-800, come fix my shit. You don't have to worry about it. Dude, you don't have to be grateful to Dar and I. Millie, you did all the heavy lifting, brother. Dar and I were just there to help you along, son. That's all we were doing. And you sprouted and took off. Good for you. You're like one of our kids. If you left the nest and away you went, you never been back. Good for you. Got a few more. You want to take them with you, please? Most of our guys are about yours and my pop's age. Yeah, it's you know what? It's not a bad retirement gig. It's not a bad. I need a new flint. Now the flint on that's actually new. I think the flint hasn't been broken in yet. Is what I think the problem is. I saw Fade up here. I think he said something. I'm not 100% sure. You guys are talking too fast. Bird dog cycled. Real humility. Blah blah blah. Fate. Fate did say thanks, man. No worries, Scott. You know, I got your back. I got your back. I'd like to think that there's people out there that got my back too, but I got your back. I thought the guys were joking when they said that. No, no, nobody jokes about that. Although the only thing, Millie, about what you do is, damn, man, you got to work hard. I don't know, man. If I want to get out of doing what I'm doing, right? You work hard. I hardly work, right? So I don't know if I want to get out of hardly working and get back into working hard. I don't know. Retirement gig. I'm home every night. Well, if right now doing what I'm doing because I'm doing heavy haul as well, and if I lived a little closer to our yard in Brockville, which is where I am right now, If we lived a little closer, I'd be home every night as well. Unfortunately, I'm not. I'm 75 miles from here, so I sleep in the yard every night in the truck. But so I'm pretty much a day worker as well, much like yourself. Until this contract runs out. Once this contract runs out, then I'm back out on the spot market just like everybody else. I work too hard hours. What? I probably work too hard hours per day. Yeah, well, that's chaining them, unchaining them. Those are your hours, right? Putting the load. That's same with me. Putting the load on and taking the load off are the hardest thing about my job. Driving, dude, I can do that in my sleep, right? I can drive this truck in my sleep. I don't need to be awake to do that. But when you're putting, when you're pulling heavy haul and you've got weight, like serious weight, and even the weight that I do is light compared to the weight that you do. I'm doing 100,000. Like some of those loads that I've seen you pull, they had to be up 130, 140. I would guess 140,000 pounds, 150. You got to be a little more delicate. You got to know your a little bit of math. You got to know where they're placing them. You got to make sure, and you got to know how to secure it. So and that's the hardest part about my day is secure. Once I got the load on, right? Once the crane or once the operator puts it on, I secure it. That's the hardest part of my day. Drive. It's only 100. I only go 124 miles one way, right? I deliver it. I go 124 miles. I deliver it. Take everything off. The crane takes it off, and then I come back empty, and I do two of those a day. So you max out at 140. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. We've got quads. We've got quads and we're permitted on the quads. We can put about 155 on a quad. And if you're pulling a quad, then you are. They max you out. F all that. Definitely a young man's game. Buck, dude, you're right. It's right. That's why an old guy like me has a messed up back and messed up shoulders and messed up hips and knees and ankles and everything else. It's from so many years of pulling flatbed, up and down, on and off trailers, straps, chains, binders, J hooks, frickin' you name it, everything. Um, Eventually, enough years of cranking, pulling, twisting, everything else under the sun, you pay for that, right? You pay for that. Physically, you pay for that, and I've paid for it. So now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, now Millie's built like a brick shit house too. Like, you look at me, and then you look at Millie, right? Millie's a poster boy. Like you give him a banana hammock, right? And he could stand there in a banana hammock, and the women would go crazy. Me, not so much. He's built like a brick shit house, so he's good for that kind of stuff. I'm a little too old. I'm a little too old for that. I'm not signing up for that. I think now that I'm thinking about it, and after what Buck just said, I think I'm just going to stick to doing what I'm doing. This contract is up. I'll go back out on the spot market. I'll go out in the spot market, not the spot market. I'm going out on that spot market. I'll go back out on the spot market and I'll play around out there until my days have come to hang it up. Two a day when they're available. I'll take a third. I do the same thing. I do two a day. I can take a third every single day if I want to. It's I run out of time, right? I can get down and back. Well, I can get down and back with two, and I can get down, get the third one delivered, and I can make it back up to the border with the third. I can't make it back into Canada. I don't. I run out of hours, so I can't pull that off. But that's okay because even if I had to start from the border the next morning with an empty trailer and just go over to the rail directly over to the rail yard, I'd be okay, right? That'd be no big deal. So I can get three a day if I want. I'm not that ambitious. But I do it every like I do it on Friday because we have the option to work on Saturdays as well. But I don't want to work on Saturday, so I'd rather do it on Sunday or sorry on Friday. Do the third one on Friday, and then do the third one on Friday, and then sleep at the border, and then get up really early in the morning, right? Because I'm still shut down at like 5 o'clock. So then I'll get up at 3 o'clock, run up to the yard here, drop the trailer, and I can get home just as darn the kids are getting out of bed. So it's not like I've lost anything, right? Did you work for Mercer? How was it? Yeah, I did work for Mercer. I would happily go work for Mercer again. The only reason I left Mercer was because at that time when I was there was a lot of stuff going on at home for me, and I needed to be out for only a week at a time. I had to go out and I had to be home on the weekends, and there was nothing I can do. Nothing I could do about it. It was one of those that those were my obligations, and I had to stick to them. And da 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 da. Um, if you're going to go work at Mercer, you need to be willing to be out 2, 3 weeks at a time. You can make money at Mercer, um, picking your own loads, running the using the load boards, everything like that. You can make money at Mercer. There's no doubt whatsoever. But you do got to be willing to be out for extended. You can't do Monday to Friday and be home on the weekends. It doesn't work that way with Mercer. But it's very well run, and I had nothing but I had a good experience with them. Spock market is where a man no man has gone before. That would be me, brother. Good. Spock market. Okay, here come all the Spock jokes. Here we go. Spock market going rap speed or warp speed. I'm dreading the day of author gets me, especially my hands. Kind of still need them for the days behind the bars. You know what, dude? Yeah, like I've got the arthritis. Look at the fingers, and they're all bent up pretty bad. And I got like that's about as straight as I got my hand wide open as far as I can get it. Right, arthritis is pretty bad in there. Look at look at all those knuckles. They've all been busted and shattered. And now, mind you, that wasn't from work. That was just from being stupid. Yeah. I never said I was the smartest guy when I was younger. A lot of what's wrong with me as well is, you know what? When I was a young trucker and when I was, in better physical condition than what at least I thought it was. There was a lots of times where I'd hurt myself and shake it off. We've all done it. I guarantee you, guard dog, you've done it. Buck, I guarantee you, you've done it when you were younger. You do that with something, you twist something in your back and it hurts and you jolt and it's like, oh, pop a couple Tylenol or whatever. Well, back then we were popping a little more than Tylenol. And, when you should have gone to see the doctor to get straightened out, you don't. Well, guess what? You pay for it and you pay for it now. I'm paying for it now. A lot of the aches and the pains that I have now are for that exact reason. It's because I hurt myself when I was younger and I didn't get properly taken care of, and it's come back to bite me in the ass. And I'd love to be able to say, "Oh, it's been the trucking industry and it's all been, it's the hard work that I've done." Yeah, but some of it's been my own stupidity. I'll be honest with you, right? It's been my own stupidity. I didn't take care of myself the way I should have. I was 10 feet tall and bulletproof. I was Superman, could walk through bullets, and I didn't give a damn. Shake it off. Shake it off. I was a lot like my father, and I hate to say that because I really don't like my father. But I was one of those guys, and you hurt yourself. It's like, don't let you sitting there crying for. Get up. Let's go. Shake it off. Let's go. Let's go. Now, having little girls, having daughters, that kind of softened that as the years went on, as I got older. But for myself, it never went away. It never went away. It was it was inbred into me. um, it was ingrained in me as a young boy that you didn't cry and you didn't go down. Doesn't matter how bad it hurt, you never went down. You stayed up and you kept going forward. And no, I don't believe that today at all. You know, I encourage anybody, if you're in this business, especially if you're doing flatbed or oversize or heavy haul or anything, if you do anything, especially to your back or your shoulders, go get it taken care of. Yes, you may need some time off work, but the time you're going to lose off work while you're 26 is nothing compared to the time you're going to lose when you're 56. That makes sense to you? I had a stepdad work for Mercer back in the 80s when they were strictly flatbed. I was a teenager, I hated the lessons. Oh, dude, I believe me, let me hear tell you. I can still hear my father's voice in my head. I want to punch myself in the head. Buck, I just want to punch myself in the fucking head. Mountain, what up, wheel burner? How the hell are you, man? Hey, dude, I'm just killing it here. I'm just killing it. I'm almost done the stogie, and when the stogie's done, we're done. And I got some really good people in here. We're just chatting along, and we're talking a little trucking, and we're talking a little. Let's take care of ourselves. Hmm. Hmm. I was just looking at the inside of the ring. Right there's an email address there. This is actually a Gurkha, and it's a Gurkha ghost, and it's something. I just tried one the other day, or not the other. Say I'm lying. About a week or so ago, I tried one, and I liked it, so I thought I would try it again. Right, just and it's not a bad smoke. It's not a bad smoke at all. I'm actually really enjoying this. Yeah, Houdini, you know what I'm talking about, right? Hurt yourself, didn't get taken care of. The military training messed me up way worse than any truck ever could. Yeah, I bet. I bet because they just push you to your limits until you break, and then they try to put you back together and go play, young man. Yeah, I I never I never ever was in the military. I had no military service whatsoever. I've never stepped foot in a military. Well, I've stepped foot on a military base because I've delivered to them, but I've never served. I've never served. I'll be honest with you. I regret it. There is something in my life that I had wished at some point or another I'd served, at least done one stint with the military, and represented my country and whatnot, and I never did. Mind you, I didn't do well with discipline, right? That was a problem. I would have never made a good cop or a good. I wouldn't have done well. I probably wouldn't have made it. I wouldn't have made a full term or a full commitment in the military. They'd have thrown me out. They'd have thrown me out. I the road of life is like this, right? And then you come to that crossroad. You got to go either left or you got to go right. Left is to go off and maybe do some military service, be a law-abiding citizen, be a nice guy, marry the prom queen, have a couple of kids, get a job, go to university, get a job making 250,000 a year, or you can go to the right and you can get involved with very seedy, dirty people, not be a very nice person, abuse yourself and everybody else around you, and as many narcotic substances as you can ingest and abuse, and blah 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 blah. And unfortunately, you guys know what path I went because I'm not a university student with 200,000 bucks a year. Da 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 da. Another one for the boy. Right, Rig Pig, how are you, man? Did you sneak in? Or are you just getting in here? Or have you been here the whole time? I just missed you. If you just got here, brother, I appreciate you stepping in, man. Thank you. Wheelburner, another one for the books. Thank you. Hey, no problem. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for listening. You know what? All we're trying to do here is maybe save somebody else, somebody else who's going down that path of super trucker that, it doesn't pay. I thought I was a super trucker back in the day. Not so much. Not so much. I paid for it. You want to be super trucker, you can do it, but you will pay for it. I promise you, you'll pay for it. Yep, I fell on ice and never went to the doctor. Oh, dude. Yeah, that's the same with me. Bro, that's the same with me. twisted ankles on the ice, like off trailers and shit like that. Twisted ankles, busted ankles. I've worked with a broken ankle, I didn't even get a proper cast put on it, right? Just had one of those things you can buy, put it on, wrap it. Took the blood, not the styrofoam. What the hell's that shit called? Anyway, put the hard mold on the outside and then squeeze this shit all around on the inside so it would mold to my foot, and then cut it so that I could open and close it. And that's what I put on my leg when I busted my right ankle. That wasn't the smartest thing. The dumbest patient in the world is his own doctor. Let me trust you. Let me tell you. Trust me. I know what I'm talking about. I have self-treated myself right into almost being a cripple. Yeah. I tore myself up on drill rigs in my younger. Yeah, that's a hard life too. I got a cousin of mine that he's on and off the rigs. Now he doesn't work on the rig itself. He's not an oil rigger, but he's a welder. He's a contractor, and he's on all of the rigs off the coast. And when he's not out there, they got him out on the patch. He's very good. He's one of I think six or eight or something in Canada that is ticketed and for a lot of specialized shit that they need to do on those rigs. And he's one of those guys. So he does really well, really, really well. I am not ticketed for anything but driving a truck. I tell you, I did the right thing after high school. I wish I would have went left. Well, I didn't go left. I went right, and I paid for it. CDR 897, brother. How are you? Good to see you. Thanks for popping. I got about 2 inches worth of cigar left, and then I'm calling this. I'm calling this live. I We're just discussing the pros and cons of being a truck driver and back in the day and not taking care of yourself, right? And the price we're paying for it today. There's a bunch of us in here that are older guys now. And you hurt yourself back, 25 years ago, 30 years ago, you hurt yourself while you were trucking and you didn't avail yourself of the proper treatment. Well, I'm living proof that, you're going to pay for it. You're going to pay for it. And the funny thing is, people go, "Yeah, but look at you've made a good life. You've made good money. You live in a beautiful home. You drive nice cars. You know what? Fuck, I'd trade the money and the nice car and the big home. I would trade all of that to be able to walk 100 yards pain free. I would trade that. You guys must say sitting there going, "You're a retard." No, trust me, I would trade that. Oh, that is what you did. You read it. Oh, okay. I read it wrong. Houdini at this point now, my eyes are probably going cross-eyed. Sorry, brother. One thing I learned: just because you can, don't mean you should. 2-4. That should be. You know what? I should have that tattooed somewhere. You know what? Right here. Right. Actually, I'm gonna have it. I'm going to continue this one down. Actually, no. We're gonna have it put right in here. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Health is number one. Zach, it is. It is. You can have all the money in the world, but if you are unhealthy or you are a a broken shell of a man, all that money is not going to do anything for you. It's not going to give you. Yeah, yeah, okay. You might be able to avail yourself of some luxuries, but like I said, I'd happily give up, half of the money that I make. I would happily go and cut my salary or cut my money in half to be able to walk 100 yards pain free. Like wake up one morning and get out of bed and be 100% pain free. Man, you don't know what I would give for that. Ask my wife. Ask my wife what I would give for that. It's ridiculous. My career is not going to be my age that ends my trucking career. It's going to be my health, as it is with a lot of guys my age. Um, if guys that are, if guys are still trucking into their 60s and 70s, chances are those are the guys that took better care of themselves because, guys my age that didn't, our health does us in long before we hit 65 and got to retire or take our pensions or, you know, luckily for me, I got a couple other things that I can fall back on. If I had to quit trucking right now, I've got a couple other things I could fall back on. But Jesus, I really don't want to because I love trucking. I do. I love doing what I do. I love getting up in the morning, starting my truck and going to work. And for now, I'm still pretty good at it. I've lost a step. I'm not as good as say like guys like Millie, and I'm not as, whatever. I've lost a few steps, but I still love doing what I'm doing. And as long as I can do it, I'm going to do it. And let's face it, you know, this industry has paid for, you know, my kids to go to college and university. It has, supplied my family with, nice homes to live in. We do okay. We are not poor by any means. Of course, when you're an owner operator, there's going to be some lean years. There's going to be some lean years. There's nothing you can do about that. There are going to be some lean years. But the years that aren't lean, that's why you save your money because when you got a lean year, you got some money in the bank, you got some scratch in the bank that you can, you fall back on. Pin Kitty Lover. There's a handle for you. Whew, Pin Kitty Lover. Hello. Pin Kitty Lover, please. Okay, Pin Kitty Lover, what's next? My husband drives for GP Transco. I feel bad for your husband. I've not heard. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Shelby, I've never worked for Transco or GP. But man, everything I've heard about him is not good. If your husband's one of the lucky ones and he's doing well, congratulations. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you guys. But of all the people I know that have gone there, they didn't last. They bailed and ran for their lives. Hey from Russia. Well, man, I would love to be able to say hey and pronounce your name, but my friend, I do not read Russian. Um, but let's see, your name is probably either Alex, Alexi, Petra, Peter, or Petro, or I don't know. But hey, man, if you're watching from Russia, that's a long way away from here. Thanks for watching, man. I appreciate that. Truck driver, it's stronger. You know what? We used to be, that's the funny thing about the truck drivers. Years ago, we used to be like superheroes. Ever since the Canadian convoy or up to before the Canadian convoy, man, we're just dirt on the bottom of a politician's shoe. Sad how far we've fallen, eh? Remember when you were a little kid? 2-4, you remember when you were a little kid. Guard dog Johnny, remember when you were a little kid? You saw those old boys going by, you were in your parents' car and you saw those transports go by and you give them the arm pump and they laid on the air horn. Nikita, there you go. I was close. Thanks for being in here, man. Thanks, Nikita, for tuning in from Russia. But you guys know what I'm talking about, man. Truck drivers were gods. When I was a little boy, truck drivers were gods. We all wanted to be truck drivers, right? All the men wanted to be us, and the women wanted to be with us. And that I don't say that saying lightly. And that was the truth. Nowadays, man, not so much. Not so much. It's still an honorable career. It's still an honorable job, but it's not looked upon as that, right? We are a nuisance now. We're a pain in the ass to the industry. We're a pain in the ass to the government. And don't get me wrong, I got no problem being a pain in the ass to my government. My government doesn't deserve a single tax dollar that I give them. But on the other hand, you know, I also don't want to end up in jail in some site where they never hear from me again, and they freeze my bank account and shoot me with rubber bullets, and try and stampede me with horses. That's what's going to happen to me if they put me in jail. Ah, anybody else out there smoke cigars? Hey, Nikita, here's a question for you. Being from Russia, you guys can get Cuban cigars, can you not? You can get Cuban cigars in Russia, can't you? I bet you probably can. 2-4. Listening to that Diesel and shifting with Jake's, I was a kid in awe. 2-4, 2-4. I'm still a kid in awe. When I'm sitting at a truck stop or if I'm sitting at a light, and you know what? I can still, to this day, I can still tell you. You don't even have to open the hood. If he's coming down the hill and he's jaking, I can still tell you the engine he's got in there by the sound of the Jake's Jakin, whether it's a 3406 or a C13, C15, a 60 series, an N14, any of those. I can tell you the engine that he's got in there based on the pitch and the sound of those Jakes. And man, it takes me back too far to being a little boy. It really, really does. It takes me back to being a little boy. Loved it. Loved it. I knew I was going to be a truck driver from as far back as I could remember. As far back as I could remember, to the first time my grandfather rolled up to the front of our house in a truck, I knew I was going to be a truck driver. And then my other grandfather was a truck driver, and then my uncles were truck drivers, and my older cousins were truck drivers, and like that's all we've done. A lot of us in our family is all we've done is drive truck. Really, I knew I was going to be a truck driver from the time that I was a little boy. And you know what? I was right. I was right. I still do the horn motion to truckers, and I'm 38. Houdini, so do I. When I was little, I used to stand on the overpasses with my kids and get the kids giving the arm pump. Dude, I love it. I love it. I still love it. I still love it. Guard dog, you knew when you were 10. Dude, I'm about the same area. By the time I was 10 or 11 years old, I knew that I was gonna have 18 wheels rolling. I knew it. There was never a doubt in my mind. And Johnny, I want you to answer this question. I want you to answer this question, Johnny. I want you to answer it 100% honest. You knew since you were 10 years old, if you could go back, would you do it? Would you do it again, or would you do something else? What would you do? Because dog, you've been doing this 30 something years as well. Probably even a couple more years longer than I have. So you'd do the same. Same here. Millie, same here. I was 10 when my dad first took me on a ride. Yeah, Millie's a second generation, maybe a third. I think you're a second generation driver, you know. Started a little late there, Millie. Started a little late, but you found it. Good for you. But yeah, man, I wouldn't change a goddamn thing. Same with dog. Nope, I'd do it all over again. It's been a wild ass ride, Johnny. There's no better way to say that. Would you rather? Hello from Australia. Well, hello from down under. My two oldest daughters live in Australia. They both live in Melbourne. Um, wow, Australia. You're a long way away, my friend. You're tomorrow to me. Right now, you're tomorrow. Officer Carson, 911 first responder. Hello from Pennsylvania. Officer Carson, 911 first responder. If your name stands true and you are what your title says, thank you for your service, sir. Hello from Pennsylvania. Well, dude, I'm in Ontario, Canada. I'll be running down into New York. I won't be down in PA tomorrow or anytime soon, but appreciate you popping in here, man. I really do. Thank you very much. Thanks for saying that. I'm a Palestinian. Well, doesn't matter where you're from, what you're doing. You know what? You're welcome here. Thanks for popping in. Thank you for saying hello. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate everybody that's popping in. Damn, damn, they really went away. Yeah. Would you rather? Yes. Would you rather? It's weird. Hey, yeah. What happens in the future? Yeah, I should actually, hey, Australia, gentlemen, what are the lottery numbers for tomorrow? I'll play them today. It's still today here, right? I wonder if that would work. You play today's lottery numbers for tomorrow. So what is it? You already know the lottery. It doesn't work that way, obviously. I'm just being a dick, but look at this. The wrapper's coming off. She's falling apart on me here, boys. Oh, that's not the good sign. That's not a sign of a well-wrapped cigar. I'm not happy about this. This one wasn't cheap. This one was not cheap. I am not thrilled with that. When you lose your wrapper, that's not a good sign. I'm going to smoke it anyway. No, Johnny, you're right. None of us ever truck in PA. We put our head down and put our pedal down and we just aim. We go through it. I don't even like going into PA. The only time you'll catch me in Pennsylvania is because I'm getting paid. That's it. Meg, hey, hi, how are you today? Meg, I'm doing well tonight. I'm doing really well. I'm just finishing off my cigar. I'm gonna finish off this live when the cigar's done. We're just talking trucking. I'm doing a little reminiscing with a couple other guys in here that are about my age that have been trucking for a long time, and we're just talking about some of the differences and the way we treated ourselves and the way trucking was back, say 30 years ago when we all first started doing this as compared to how it is today. So Meg, if you are a truck driver, awesome. But if you're not a truck driver, just as awesome. Sit back, relax, light your cigar, smoke a joint, have a drink, glass of wine, shot of bourbon. Just don't put a needle in your arm. We draw the line at that. I did it for you all those years ago. I took care of that for you, Meg, so you don't have to do it. Trust me, I took care of it for you. We are good. Ron Cryer, big howdy, one and all. Hey, Ron, late to the party, but hey, man, he showed up. Ron's the type of guy that shows up late to the party, but at least he comes in. He oh, he shows up late to the party, but at least he comes in with a keg on his shoulder. You know, he shows up with a keg on his shoulder. He's late, but he's got a keg of beer on his shoulder. All right, Ron, drop the keg, start serving. Uh, we found a glitch in the lottery. Yeah. Well, believe me. Would you rather? If I thought I could do that and get away with it, I'd do it. I'm not above it. Believe me. That's what she said. Oh yeah, 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 Johnny. Thanks. Blush and Connor. Hi. Blush and Connor. Look at the names we got coming in here. Blush and Connor. So which one are you, Blush or Connor? Who we got? The situation is really bad here. The situation, I'll be honest with you. Um, and please don't take any offense to this. Being Palestinian, I'm not saying this to offend you or anybody else, but I don't myself personally follow and pay a lot of attention to what's going on over there. And I say that because my own country has a lot of problems with our politicians and our government. And, we're sending money overseas to other countries that are, there's wars and there's killing and everything going on. And yet, because we're sending billions of dollars over there, people in my country, our veterans are not getting the medical attention. They're starving, they're homeless. For the amount of money that our government sent overseas, we could have fed all of our homeless people, clothed them, ended homelessness. All the veterans would have had all the medical attention they needed. And then whatever's left over, then let's go and send some money overseas. But they seem to be doing that. And my own country is having problems. So when my own country gets its shit together and straightens itself out, then I will start paying a little more attention to some of the stuff that's going on around the world in other countries. But until then, I really don't. So again, I don't say that to offend anybody. That's just myself personally. So Blush and Connor, I'm just kicking it back tonight. Cigar, drink, the lights are on, truck's turned off. What else? What else do you need? Right? What else do you need? The only thing missing here is my woman. The only thing I'm missing is my woman. I got the cigar and the drink. I got the bed. Just missing the woman. Yeah. First responder. Yeah. I'm in my truck. Yeah. There. And yes, I make my bed every single morning. Blush and Connor, my dad drives a truck. Good on him, man. Good on him. Good on him. God bless him. 2-4. He's got a keg. Woohoo! Yeah, you know what? Ron's got the keg. Non-drinker, a toker. Okay, then he's got the bag. He doesn't have the keg over his shoulder. He's got a bag of weed in his pocket. Either or, Ron. Start doling it out, boy. Not to me. Not to me. Just everybody else. Blush. Blush. Okay, so you're blush. Okay, at least I know who I'm talking to. Yeah, it's a green screen. I'm faking this. This is bullshit. I'm sitting in my basement. Even the clothes are fake. I'm sitting in my basement in my underwear. Are you a supporter of Palestine? I don't discuss. I'm very sorry, but I don't discuss. Trump or Biden? In my country here, we have in Canada we have conservatives, which would be like your Republicans, and we have liberals, which would be your Democrats. So in my country here, I would be considered a supporter of conservatives. If I was an American, I guess I would be a Trump. I'd be a Republican supporter. Um, but you know what? We don't talk. I don't talk too much about my politics. If you want to talk about politics, that's one thing. But I don't talk about my politics. It's just not an area I go down, because I have, and there's a bunch of people in here that will attest that I once I get worked up, the show, the live will go right off the rails sideways, and the wheels fall off the bus, train falls off the track. Any of those other cliches you want to put to it. So, can I be a moderator? I tell you what, Officer Carson, usually we don't make you a moderator until we've seen you here a couple of times. We do ask, that you hit the like button and that you subscribe. Now, obviously, that's an honorary thing. I can't prove whether you subscribed or not. But in this case here, I can make you a moderator. Absolutely. All that I ask is that you turn your note when you subscribe, turn your notifications on. And I do driving lives, all right? So when the camera gets turned around and we're looking out the window and we drive and we talk whatever we want to do. And if you want to sit back and we usually have a really good chat here. There's a lot of good experience in here, a lot of years driving, truck driving in here, a lot of senior drivers, and there's a lot of good free information. There's a lot of good people in here, and if you're interested in hanging out with us and doing that, then come on back. So for your loyalty, Officer Carson, you've now got a blue wrench and you're now a moderator. There you go. Happy Toker share. There you go. Blush. I have a question. Uh oh. I'll bring the papers and lighter. Then run. Yeah. Yeah, you guys will start rolling them. Just don't blow it at me. Don't blow it at me. Blush, are you under the age of 13? YouTube, you should be on YouTube Kids. That's a very good point. That's a very good point. Thank you for pointing that out. Actually, Dar just said the same thing. Can you send the Telegram ID? I don't follow what you're asking me to do there, but again, we're not getting involved in anything like that. Corbin, how long have you been trucking? 33 years. 33 years. I've been trucking 33 years. I've been an owner operator 23 of them. Yeah, it's 33 and 23. Give or take a day or an hour or so. We figured out at some point in July or August of this year, I'll pass the 4 million mile mark. 4 million miles at some point this July or August. Hey, I'm new to your channel, and I'm also Canadian. Not that it matters. Hey, Gamble Joe, I don't care if you're Lithuanian. I really don't give a rat's ass. You are welcome here. Come on in. Appreciate you. Appreciate you stopping in. If you see what you like, hit the like button for me. I'd appreciate that. If you want to hang out, hit the subscribe button. Turn your notifications on. We go live, like I said, 3-4 times a week. We will talk about trucking, but we usually start out talking about trucking, then we'll talk about 10 other topics and come back to trucking, then 10 other topics and come back. It's a mixed bag, Gamble. Let me tell you that. And we smoke cigars. So Gamble, you have to smoke cigars. Prerequisite. 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 I have a feeling the trolls have arrived. Yeah, I think you're probably right. Hear that? Officer Carson, Officer Carson's laying down the law. There we go. 33 is nothing but respectable. Yeah, it's just a couple of days. What the hell? What the hell? Welcome, Gamble. Yeah. Thanks, Gamble, for coming in. How old are you, Blush? Dar wants to know how old you are. Should I block him because he is underage? Um, you know what? Give him the chance to back himself out first before you block him. But um, I YouTube is supposed to, because when you do a live like this, I have to go through a whole series of things to set this up, and part of that is that these lives, it asks you, is your live suitable for children? And I say no. Now the algorithm is supposed to take care of most of that for me, right? Otherwise, there'd probably be 25 kids running around in here like a freaking like a fucking play school or like romper room. But occasionally, one or two make it through. So yeah, if you want to block them flatfoot, you go give them hell. Parents need to be paying more attention. Yeah, 4 million plus. How many backing up? Probably at least a couple 100,000. Rig pig. Yeah, at least a couple 100,000. And you got to think there was a time where actually I wasn't trucking and I was shunting, so I was actually doing more backing up than I was going forward. Um, Ron, I'm just a gamer on ATS. Love the trucks. Wish I drove a truck when I was a bit younger. You know what? Uh, Never too late, man. Never too late. I know guys that they've done a 25-year career doing something. They retired. They weren't ready to settle it down. They went to truck driving school. They got their CDL, and they're making a second career of it. Let's face it. As a company driver, if you get on with the right company, you can make a good living out here. There's guys working for this company that I'm on with, company drivers. They're bagging 75 to 85 grand a year, and I'll be honest with you, they're not working hard. Like, they're not pushing hard miles. They're not. Our company, if you're on the spot market, and if you're running the load board and you're being dispatched by them, if you're on vans, you're going to be running a lot of East Coast, um, Jersey, New York City, yeah, New York, Baltimore, all that kind of shit. Stay off the bridge in Baltimore, guys, just by chance. But But if you're on the flatbeds, then we primarily run out west, right? Iowa, Nebraska, Ohio, Indiana, North South Dakota, Wisconsin. That's where our flatbeds primarily run. I've done 5 million miles. Woo! 5 times 8 is 40. So you've got a 40-year trucking career. It takes the average, Corbin. I'm not saying you did it in less or more, but the average per industry standard, it takes the average driver 8 years to bang out 1 million miles. The average guy. So if you've got 5 million miles, multiply that times 8, you got a 40-year career, right? Give or take. You probably could have done it in 39, or you might be at 41. Who knows? 5 million miles, that's pretty good. Think about it. We figured it out last week. I can't remember off the top of my head, but you think about this. How many miles? I think it was 250,000 miles from the Earth to the moon, right? So if you got 5 million miles, you've gone back and forth to the moon 10 times. That's pretty good, brother. That's pretty good. It's been a hell of a ride since 87. Yeah, good for you, man. Good on you. And you're still doing it? You still like it? Like you're still functioning, you're still going? Good for you. A lot of guys don't have trucking for 40-year trucking careers. We've got a guy here. He's kind of like one of my mentors. Like I've been doing it 30 plus. So one of the guys that I look up to that's actually still going, Johnny. He's 46 years, 46 or 47 years. He's been trucking. And so he's one of the guys that, yeah, if there's something that ever comes up that I can't get my head around or I can't figure out, I call Johnny. I guarantee you he's had it on his trailer. If there's something on my trailer and I just can't get the gist of it, give Johnny a call. Take a picture of it and send it to Johnny. Johnny will figure it out for you because I guarantee you he's had it. You know what, Corbin? That's one thing I've never done. Be 100% honest with you, Corbin. I've been home for every Christmas. Everyone. I may have rolled in the door at 11:59 on Christmas Eve, but I've been home for every Christmas. I've missed all my kids. I got 6 daughters. 6 daughters. I've missed every single one of their birthdays, some graduations, um, plays, recitals, my own anniversary, my wife's birthday, Easter, fucking holidays. But Christmas is the only one that I've always been home for. Never been on the road. I've never done Christmas in my truck. Like I said, I rolled in the door 11:59 on Christmas Eve, but God damn it, I was home every single year. If I don't, someone I know has. Here, you got it. Worked on the Canary scene, setting and operating ride. Oh, the Carney scene, Canary. What the hell am I talking? The Carney scene rides all around Quebec. When went on the road with, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. I couldn't work that Carney scene. I'd blow my brains out. It wouldn't have worked out for me anyway because I was a massive drug addict and an alcoholic back in those days. So like you know, I've been sober. Most of you know I've been sober, drug free for 31 years. Um, so if I would have been a carny in my early career, man, that wouldn't have ended well for me. It would have been bad for me. Pimp J, dude, good to see you. You're back. You know what, Pimp J? We'll take care of that for you too. There you go. Pimp J gets turned blue, and I didn't even have to wrap my hands around his throat and turn and strangle him. James, we're doing well tonight. We're doing well. I got about two, not even 2 inches left. When she's done, I'm done. But we're just hanging out. You know, well, what you walked into is what you get, right? We're just sitting here talking trucking, talking, talking trucking, talking shit. talking whatever. Rig Pig, I've never worked my birthday in 57 years. I have. I have. The only, you know what? The only one that I absolutely had to be home for was Christmas, right? As per my wife and I in an agreement that I'm home Christmas Day. Mike, when my kids are opening presents, Dad is there while they're doing it. So, and I've never failed. Like I said, graduations missed, birthdays missed, anniversaries missed, Easter, fucking Thanksgiving, whatever missed, Christmas never. Welcome everyone. Please like and subscribe to the Wheelburner Express. Thank you. Thank you. First responder, my dad. Now, I'm going to tell you this. My dad and I don't talk. I don't have a lot to do with my father, but my dad was a cop. My dad was a Toronto, Metro Toronto police officer. He was 31 years, 31 years, 10 months when he retired. Um, I know what you guys go through because I am the child or the son of a police officer. And so believe me, I appreciate today the jobs that you guys had to do, and that a lot of you still do today. I didn't appreciate it years ago, believe me. And don't get me wrong, I've still got a burr in my ass about the OPP and the way we were treated at the convoy down in Ottawa there, because I was in that convoy. My wife and I were in this truck in that convoy, parked in front of Parliament in the Parliament buildings on Wellington Street, and we were there when shit was going sideways with the cops. So there's a bit of a burr in my ass about some of that, but for the most part, you know, most cops, most flat foots or flat feet guys and gals are good people. They got a job to do. I wouldn't wish it on anybody. I wouldn't want to be a cop. I tell you right now, honestly, if I was a cop, I'd be crooked. I'd have been a crooked cop. No doubt about it in my mind. 2 inches is nothing, Houdini. Yeah, you only need 2 inches. She only feels the first 2 inches anyway. So I've been told. Well, golly gee, thanks so much. Maybe I maybe try it again. I don't know if I did the right thing on it. Hey, there you go. Ah, yeah, it worked. Thanks. Thanks to you to join. Hey, you know what? If you want to keep you guys come back, I'll throw wrenches at you. I'll moderate you. I do it for you guys. I've got moderators in here to take care of my business for me if anybody gets out of line. So I don't really care. I got some people don't do it this way. I do it, but I do it. I give everybody a wrench. Now you got to be proven. I got to know who you are. I've got to have seen you a couple of times or whatnot. But basically, I do it because there's a lot of good channels in here. People that have channels in here. And if you want to see if somebody has a channel, now all you have to do is touch. If they're blue and you're blue, all you have to do is touch on their name and it'll take you to their channel. And I do that for you guys, right? I don't need you guys, everybody in here to police my channel for me. I've got people in here to do that and they know who they are. All right, I got to get back on the road in a bit. Nice talking to you. I'll check back at another time. Corbin, make sure you're subbed, make sure your notifications are on. And you know what, dude? When we go live, I'd love to see you back. Love talking to you. Thanks. We know who is on the couch when he gets home. This is my POV of my kids saying it's really funny when he gets the call to help someone. He flies out the door. Bye. Yeah. Yeah. Well, she doesn't want to stay lit. I think she's done. I think she's done, which means so am I. It's now what? Oh, 10 to 9. 10 to 9. Great. I get 3 hours of sleep. See you, Corbin. Thanks for hanging out. Guys, I'm going to call this a night. Honest as shit, I do got to go to sleep. I got to get up at 1:30, so it's going to be a rough day tomorrow. But with that, man, I appreciate it. Dog, thanks for coming in. Thanks for doing what you do. Appreciate it. First responder, Officer, appreciate you. What you do. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Houdini. Well, Houdini, you're just Houdini, man. We couldn't be live without Houdini. Oh, geez, you should have left this earlier. Yeah, no shit, eh? But it's going to be a short one. Whatever. Whatever. All right, guys, I'm hitting the button now, so fuck off and go to bed. See you later.